Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather around because it's FragWatch presenting the Pulsar V4 QUICCS limited edition size 2. I'm Hano, and this is my review of the Pulsar V4 QUICCS limited edition size 2, but for the most part it can also apply to the Pulsar V4. The only difference is going to be the dongle shape and the obviously colorway here and packaging. For those of you who know the channel, I absolutely love the Pulsar V3 size 1. I just adore that thing. It is probably my favorite claw grip mouse, especially for relaxed claw. It's probably my favorite palm grip mouse. It's I've loved it since the Xlite, the shape, and ever since they've offered smaller shapes for my hand, it's amazing. Pulsar was one of the first in the game for lightweight mice. This was 4 years ago. So I've been a big fan of their company. Not shelling here, and it's not affecting my review. But it's hard to ignore the legacy of a great product and brand, especially one that's rising meteorically. So I'd like to note that for them as a company. I'd like to say that I wish their release cadence of versions of their mice was a little bit more spread out. I feel like the V3 was just released, right? Like it feels like yesterday that the V3 was released because it was less than a year ago. It was like late November 2023. And this is releasing early November, right? So I kind of take issue with that. I feel like it's kind of a money grab. However, the product's great, man. And they're updating it so people who are just coming to the game and buying it are getting the newest, latest, greatest tech. So I know some people feel it's a grift, but look, it's your option to buy it or not. I'm glad they're releasing newer hardware, and I think they should highlight what hardware is changing from generation to generation of each of their series of mice, because that, even for me, was confusing. I had to keep going. I had to have 2 web pages open, and even then it was like, what's going on here, right? So with that said, do I notice the technical upgrades between the V3 and the V4? No, not a single bit. I have the V3 in size 1 and size 2. Size 2, I have both the original and the ES versions. And I have it in the black original. I have it in the black ES too. I have the whites for the size 1. I enjoy the size 1 shape more than the size 2. I have a size 1 coming of this same exact, the QUICCS limited in 2 weeks, I think. The paint job on this is incredible. It looks wonderful. You can feel some of it is raised partially. This hexagonal pattern right there is raised and almost gives you like this cool thumb grip. I'll catch myself often like stroking it. I know I made that joke on the other video, but it was good, so I'm going to do it again. Dirty Hano. There we go. That's nice. Yeah. Just really cool. You got it on this other side too. This stripe down the middle, it's a little bit slicker, feels cool. Like it guides you home, right? I like it. Very nice. The other big thing is the dongle here is one of QUICCS creations, or his creation. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Quick, so it seems like a cool guy. The interview they did with him was really neat. This little transformer thing is really cool. I love this colorway. I'm typically not a guy that likes colorways in like red and black, but this just really hits. The designs on this back side are really it's just cool. It's futuristic, right? In a way, it reminds me, if you're familiar with Counter-Strike skins, it kind of reminds me of like an Asimov if an Asimov was red. I don't know. It gives me that feel, right? It's cool. As far as the clicks go, let me turn this off so I can not actuate all over the place. Here is mouse 1. A little bit louder than a lot of mice, but man, it feels good to have that click. You feel the tactile, but it's really smooth, right? So you hear it more than you feel it on the mouse, which is really critical, right? Mouse 2, mouse 3. Scroll down, scroll up. Just here's mouse 5, mouse 4. I will say on mouse 4, there is it's not noticeable to most people. Like, you really have to try and notice it. There is like 0.2 millimeter of pre-travel. Everything else is like immediate, less than, half a millimeter, if not a lot less than that. The stepping on the scroll wheel, just it's tactile, it's smooth, it has enough stopping force so you don't actuate. Like it stops you. It almost feels like before you feel it, if that makes sense. Like momentarily before you feel it, which is good, because like I felt like I just had granular control with scroll wheel on this mouse. It's just awesome. It's raised up a little bit, but this is like smoothed right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like smoothed off. So like when you're transferring, and this is like unique. Like I've never felt this like in the same way, because it's like glossed. Like it just like I almost felt like it helped my speed transferring to middle mouse, which was cool, right? The nodules on this, it's very smooth. Mute that. Sorry about that. Yeah, this mouse is awesome. The shape, I honestly, when I had I can't believe I took all my Pulsar mice downstairs yesterday, except for all my size 2 and all my X2s for that review. Anyways, I digress. I couldn't notice any difference in the shape of the mice between V3 size 2 and this year's size 2. I really like, maybe the buttons were more like rounded at the edges. The scroll wheel thing was a little bit like more angled in. I mean, if this is a size 1, by the way, so just for reference. Skate design is the same skate design that the Pulsar series is used for 2 generations prior to this, which I love. And they're easy to peel off, and they work great with dot skates. My lord, they're very versatile. Would I recommend this mouse for fingertip grip? No, not a single bit. Would I recommend it for palm grip? Yes. Would I recommend it for claw, both relaxed and aggressive? Yes. My hands measure 16.5 in length, 12.5 wide. Big fat dwarf hands, nice and short, but fat, wide, muscular. You can see the pad. Yeah, whatever. I tested this mouse on the Vancer trigger, the Leon Depels, the Wallhack SY001. I had my Harut out, a glass pad, for about 8 hours with it. Let's see, what else did I test this on? The Coruscant Samurai. This thing, I love that pad, but this thing was sweet on that. Yeah. Okay, let's get into software. Pulsar software, pretty straightforward. Some of the best in the batch, because they've got some, really, it's just good software. They've iterated on it for 4 years. It's well established. It functions properly. Their firmware and update their pairing tools are just great. This mouse is awesome. I think they're coming out with web drivers too, that'll work with this. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that. And Pulsar, if you're watching, please comment and clarify that, because that was unclear to me, even in your Discord. This is a good release. Would I recommend the QUICCS edition? If you like the colorway, man, hard to beat. Just dongle's cool. It'll probably resell good. I don't know who QUICCS is. But it feels cool. I love the way the paint feels. The packaging was really neat. Is it worth the extra money? I don't know. That's up to you. Would I recommend the mouse as far as hardware-wise and shape-wise and technology? Absolutely. This is a great mouse. This is, for palm grip, this is going to be top 3. I mean, if you knew Pulsar was releasing another version, whatever, just because of the shape of my hand, you know it was going to be in my top 5, if not my top 3. So this is there. This is as good as the V3, if not better. Again, with the shape, I can't tell any difference. I think maybe the height might have been like 1 or 2 millimeters less. The shape's not up on Elo Shape, so I can't tell. Hopefully by the time this review releases, it is. I haven't checked in a couple days. Because some I've been curious about. But I think it's, the hump is a little bit less, and it might be a little bit further over. Now that I look at it, I was going to say maybe the angle of attack from left to right is a little bit less, but it still looks pretty aggressive. This is a mouse I'd recommend highly. For most people, unless you really like the colorway, get the regular colors. I prefer the size 1, which will release in a month. Smaller hands, I can get an aggressive claw that almost feels like a fingertip with it, because I can kind of manipulate it between fingertip and aggressive claw, which is really cool. It's a unique mouse to the shape of my hand. So that is. If you're looking for something between like a Death Adder 3 and like that Death Adder Pro or Death Adder Mini, the smaller one, like the size 2 Pulsar, pretty hard to beat. I think anyone who likes those will enjoy it. The Thorn is a comparison. This is a Lamzu Thorn Fanatic Edition. For size, you can see it's a little bit more snubbed and rounded, more bulbous, a little bit smaller than the size 2 Pulsar. I'll put the size 1 on the end here so you can see that's even smaller. So the Fanatic's kind of in between, but the angle of attack is way less. That's the difference between these two. And the Thorn is one of my top ergo mice as well. This is going to be, look, the Lamzu Paro was in the running for top ergo mouse for me for this year, as of right now. But this took its place. A little preview right there. Honestly, didn't think Pulsar was going to get the V4 out in time this year. I thought they were going to push it back to next year just because of their other releases. But sorry, Lamzu, that Paro's getting kicked back. And Vaxi with the E1, that was another really impressive ergo entry this year. I got the Logitech Dex up next, other than the Maya. So I'd recommend this mouse. I think it's great. I'd, for most people, recommend getting the regular color variant just to save some money. I had no issues with the sensor, by the way. I didn't mention that. No tracking issues. The skates are, there's no wear on it after 30 hours. I've put 35 hours in on this mouse, and then desktop usage. This isn't like voila. I love this thing. It's been hard for me to go review other mice because of this. It's going to be hard for me to put it in the box. It might actually take the place of my size 1 as a permanent fixture on my desk. That's a crazy high mark. So let that guide you there. If you're looking for an ergo and you don't have a V3, if you have a V3, this is not worth the upgrade, frankly. Full stop. If you have a V3, don't bother. If you have a V2, get this. This is amazing. Really cool. If you're coming from another mouse, like, this is going to feel more aggressive in its slope, or another ergo mouse is going to feel more aggressive in its slope. I think it's a shape that most people are going to find really enjoyable and comfortable. I think Pulsar did their research. It's very commendable. Each iteration has gotten better. This one is mainly just the tech under the hood. Yeah, I think they've got the best ergo shape and one of the best skate designs. It says a lot that it might replace my V1 on my desk as the permanent fixture. Boy, you guys should take note of that bad boy. Recommended, probably top 3, probably top 2, looking like top 1. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Size 1 releases in a month-ish. Size 2's out. Much love, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have any questions, I try to answer each person individually and as best that I can, even if it requires additional research on my part, like me having to go get a mouse or mouse pad out of storage. If I've earned your like or subscribe, you know, that I'd love it, and I really thank you guys for watching, whether you like and subscribe or not. I just hope I help some people here, and getting people to enjoy their gaming and computer use experiences is kind of my thing here. Do my best to do my best. Glad to be here. Thanks for watching, guys.